Hey everyone, Tony D and Little Joan here with a screenwriter's rant on American Night, starring Emile Hirsch, Jonathan Rhys Meyers, and Jeremy Piven. It's billed as a thriller movie, but it's a bit of a confusing trailer. I'm not exactly sure what's going on here, but it has to do, and also Paz Vega, who has, I've never heard of her, but she has a really memorable name. It's about gangsters and art. So I'm not exactly sure how that works. I've never heard of gangsters who were into art like this, like they're part of the art scene. I'm sure there are very aggressive gallery owners, and I'm sure there are gangsters that buy a few paintings now and then. I've just never heard of, art gangsters, and this is apparently what this movie is. These are the good guys here. This is Paz, Jonathan, and Jeremy. And it's all about the uncovering of the pink Marilyn Monroe. This would have been from Andy Warhol. And apparently the gangster was supposed to inherit it. And for whatever reason he didn't. The painting was lost or stolen. And now he wants it back. And a lot of people die because of it. It doesn't seem like a very strong movie, but there's a lot of crazy stuff that happens in this trailer. A lot. So, I'm not sure what the heck's going on. I know these guys are the these guys are the good guys, along with Paz. And Emile apparently is the bad guy, and Michael Madsen's in it too. And then there's some other gangsters, I guess. I guess this is a gangster family at a funeral, and then there's a shootout, and then there's a fire, there's guys in masks, there's people doing kung fu. I mean, it's written and directed by Alicia Della Val. American Night, Jonathan Rhys Meyers and Amelia Hirsch, Paz Vega, Jeremy Piven, Fortunato Cerlino, and Michael Madsen. So they're all in it. They're not just like names, they're in it. And then special appearance by Anastasia, Marilyn Rhys Meyers, and Lee Levi. I don't know who they are. With Mark Leonardi and Maria Grazia Cucinata. So this would be a big movie. I would say back in the 90s, it probably would have been a big movie when Jeremy Piven was still coming off of Entourage, still pulling, big weight with his name. He's not even mentioned in the trailer. Like, it's Emile Hirsch, Jonathan Rhys Meyers, and they don't put Jeremy Piven before Jonathan Rhys Meyers. No offense to Jonathan Rhys Meyers. I know Jeremy Piven more than I know him. And Emile Hirsch, he got into some problems back in the day. So I'm a little bit shocked Jeremy Piven doesn't have top billing here. Even Michael Madsen, really. Just in terms of name recognition. And it's called American Night. There's a lot of elements here. I don't know if they all come together. So I don't even know what Jeremy Piven and John Rhys Meyers and Paz Vega's relationship to Emile's gangster character, because there's no, like, if this was just a mafia movie, I would kind of get it, right? They steal something from him, he's after it. That would be easy to understand. This is about a painting that gets misplaced and they end up with it somehow. Okay, so if he owns it, why don't they just give it back? Why does he just give him like a few grand and say thank you for finding my painting? Like, I don't understand what's at stake here. It's confusing. Did these guys steal the painting, or are they demanding a huge ransom for it? And why is everybody shooting each other over it? How much? I don't even know how much that's worth. Could it be worth that much money that people are willing to kill over it? I guess. Okay, say it's worth $50 million. Seems to me it'd be worth a few $100,000 in terms of a reward to return it. to the proper owner, if in fact he is the proper owner. If he's not the proper owner, then, what's the motivation of the characters to keep the painting? To enrich themselves? Because that's not a good motivation from a movie standpoint. If they were like, oh, he's a pure artist, this belongs into a museum, yeah, maybe. But is he the true owner? That, to me, if you're going to set up that the gangster wants this painting because he feels he owns it, you also have to tell me why he doesn't own it. Why he's a bad guy. Give me a line from the movie where the character goes, but that painting doesn't belong to you. And he says something like, well, my father said it belonged to me. Like he's just assuming it belongs to him or something like that. Instead, we just get this. I mean, it looks like a lot of stuff happens. There's a whole crazy sequence with Mask. I couldn't even find it. So many things happen in this trailer. I don't know what the hell they spent on this movie. I'm going to guess a lot. Oh, it says with Michael Madsen, so maybe he's not in it that much. Oh, she's pretty cute. There's a scene where like a street full of people with these crazy masks on. And there's explosions and chaos, and I got to say that this trailer just confuses me. It doesn't make me want to see the movie as much as I'm like, I don't know what the movie's about. There's a lot of elements here. Are they going to come together? It's billed as a thriller movie. It kind of looks like a fun movie, which usually kind of is not a thriller movie. Like, if you're going to sell it as a thriller movie, tell me the stakes here exactly. Okay, it's his painting. How did he lose it? Why do these people have it, and why are they keeping it from him? If he's a gangster, wouldn't you just give it back? So, in a trailer, you gotta just kind of tell us the basics, or else you're just left sort of going, well, I might want to see this movie. I mean, Jeremy Piven, I kind of like Jeremy Piven. He was funny in movies. Maybe, although he's not the main guy, so I don't know about this movie. I couldn't give you a 3-act breakdown. I don't know what the hell happens. Probably first act, they discover the painting, and second act, he'd have to discover that they have the painting, or they have to try to shake him down, and then he says, no, give me the painting or I'll kill you. And then the second act, he's trying to kill him, and then the third act, they do a big exchange and there's a shootout. I mean, but there's so many elements in this trailer, I don't know where they all fit in. It doesn't appear to be obvious. So maybe it's good. I don't know. It's called American Night. It seems to be, it seems to be a title that could be literally any movie. And I'm big on titles. Like if you called it American Painting, or the Paint Splotch Mafia, something like that, then I'd be like, oh, okay. You call it American Night, like, okay. You might as well call it generic movie. So anyhow, lots of stars, lots of stuff. If you want to see American Night, which drops, did we have a date on it? I don't think we do. American Night, no date. Sometime this year. That's it for me and Little Joan. I am either at the HorrorCon, New Jersey HorrorCon, Atlantic City in a Showboat, or posting this video. See ya in the next one.